Hey, how's it going out there? This is Two Birds, One Show. I'm DeeTer. That's my buddy Ricky.
Yep.
So if you're new to the show, we talk about craft beer and Philly sports. And
Got some static coming from your end when you're talking. You hear it?
no.
Yeah, it's like a crackling in the background.
All right. Let me come out and come back in, maybe.
Oh, hey. Come here often? That's what she said. Can you hear me? I can't hear you, dude.
How about now?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right.
Yep, sounds better.
Worked out the bugs. All right.
That's it.
Little disconnect and reconnecting,
Yeah. Yeah, like the old school. Just tap the TV on the side.
Yeah, give it a little smackaroo. We got a couple comments already. Good evening, gents, from Gregory.
Yeah,
hey,
what up,
going, Greg? Yeah, he said that sounds better. Nice. We got another guy here. Games. Better perspective. Games.
Yo, what's up, dude?
What's up, guy? How's it going?
Your volume's a little low. Are you able to turn your volume up with your talking volume?
Yeah, let me try that. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, thanks. Yeah, working these things out. That's what we're here for.
I'm playing in the elements, but I got to put my fucking coat on. It's freezing in this garage.
So, like I was saying, if you're new to the show, we talk craft beer and sports. Majority of Philly sports. We like to do start off with a beer and talk about that, dive into some sports, hit up with our second beer, talk about that, and finish it off with some sports.
I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of beer talk tonight because there ain't a lot of Philly sports going on now that our Eagles just won the Super Bowl. World champions, baby.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Shit.
What are you going with, Dee?
Oh, man. Hold on one second. If you could start us off, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Goddamn,
I
didn't bring
I'm going with Troon tonight out of Hopewell, New Jersey. Got the 2025.
Nice.
Yeah.
And about pick up those Troons a good amount, man. Damn. Got a connection, dude?
Yeah, buddy of mine gets it, goes up a lot. So, I was like, hook me up if you go up. So, this is the 2025. See, that's a nice color on there.
Oh, man, that is beautiful.
Birdie.
Nice glass, too, man. Beautiful glass.
Shout out to Al's Uncle Steve for hooking me up with that glass. That dude is the man. Cool dude, man.
Yeah.
What up, Uncle Steve? This beer is good. I'm getting a little, not a little, I'm getting a good amount of pineapple. Maybe some mandarin orange. It's good. It's smooth, it's mellow. Not super carbed, not overly carbed. Nice lacing.
Dude, that's a little different color for a Troon beer, right? It's got a nice orangey color to it. Normally, it's a more.
I'm just getting like a tangerine-ish color. Remember, like a tang.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Something like a tang, man. Usually, they're a lot more pale or more chalk color. Yeah.
And it's got a nice mild nose, slightly fragrant, not overly pungent.
All right.
It's good. It hangs about 8.5%, I believe. Yeah, 8.6%.
All right. So, what with the other half?
Nice.
I got myself a header juice, double dry hop.
Nice.
It was like the carton of orange juice back in the day when we were kids,
Yeah.
I was not expecting this for other half, 5.5.
Wow,
I thought it'd be
strikingly low.
Right, for a double dry hop, I thought it was going to be like a heavy hitter, man.
So it's like pale ale?
It doesn't say. It says double dry. Yeah. All right, double dry hop pale ale. You're correct, sir.
Nice.
I wish I had my glasses on when I was at the liquor store reading that one.
Well,
but
at least it's another half beer, so it's going to be good.
Right. But yeah, beautiful head. Regular other half color.
Nice pour, DeeTer.
Yeah. You know me. I like my.
You like your aggressive pour, though.
Oh man, That was fucking delicious, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, I always feel like an aggressive pour brings out the hops. I could be wrong, but I like to have a little bit of head on the beer, man.
Well,
when I go to a brewery and there's like no head on the beer, there's no carbonation, it just it gets a weird taste to me, man.
Listen, as somebody that's been, in the beer world professionally for a long time, there should always be head on your beer. If you got one of these fucking nitwits at the bar, I don't want any foam on my beer. That's because you don't fucking drink beer that much. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Sorry. I'm still in a great mood after the Super Bowl, but I just want to throw it out there. Listen, when you got a head on your beer, it brings out, the taste you get in the smell first. A lot of times
brings
you taste
the fragrance out. It brings out the taste and the hops, man. It helps it a lot. It's oxidizing the beer, man, to get it flowing a little bit.
So,
and what's up?
No, I was going to say,
you see a lot of new breweries doing like the milk tubes, the side pours, and they're doing a little bit overboard with it. I
gotta say, and shout out to my boy Billy Lau. He was actually just in today. Him and Doral, shout out to good friends of mine. Now, listen, Billy goes back to home brewing back in, starting back in the late '80s.
Greg said, "Who doesn't like some good head?"
Amen to that. Amen. But so Billy Lau goes back. I mean, he was a home brewer since, the mid to late 80s. Great home brewer. I mean, the guy through and through knows his shit. Somebody I turn to a lot if I had questions about. And we were talking today about that pour, and it's like, I don't know who figured it out. And listen, if I insult anybody by saying this comment good, go fuck yourself.
Oof, man. We're starting off strong today, guys.
When you're pouring and people are like, I want a Luger pour, and you want straight foam, the owner of that bar is like, man, these fucking idiots fell for it. I'm selling them a glass of fucking foam. They got their hipster hats on, like, hey, man, it's the end thing. Okay, you drink the fucking all foam. I'll drink beer. Just kidding. Ricky rant, but listen, I'm on it tonight. I'm just putting it out there now. Been a long fucking week, and I'm in a great mood. So
it has been a cold week, man. I was like, dude, I gotta get out the house today, man. I was like, dude, I don't care what I'm doing. I'm getting out the house, and luckily, me and Jeff, man, we hit up the Colonial Cafe, which is a great place.
Yeah,
if it in the Woodbury, Westville, Defford area,
I think it's
check it out.
West Defford, right?
Yeah, it's right on that edge of West Defford and Westville,
West Defford edge. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Westville's right there too. It's kind of one of them four corners places. You know what I mean? If you do a fucking backstand, you'll be in four different townships at once.
You walk one block over, you're in a different township.
Yeah,
dude. It's crazy.
Well, shout out to George and everybody over there. He runs a great joint.
Dude, they had the Seed on tap, which is phenomenal brewery.
I got
the beer I had there today
too. Awesome. I got lights on, batch 16.
Well, I remember a while back, I think you or Andrew at the Red Hen said they were having a hard time getting the Seed around here. And, it's nice to see them around. And he also had Nosh. He had a brand new Nosh.
Nice.
What was it? Bellum?
Belma?
Yeah, what was that, dude?
Not my favorite hop,
heard
but it teach their own.
Dude, it was great. It was pretty damn good, man.
Real quick too, and shout out to the Seed, Amanda and Sean, who started. They used to be former employees over at Tuckahoe, and I believe they ended up getting married. And they run the Seed, two great people in the beer world, and I think it was just Sean's birthday. So shout out to Sean and happy birthday and the crew down there at the Seed, and keep up the great work. The one I got on tap right now is like selling like fucking hotcakes.
Dude,
shout out to my rep Alvin, one of the true ones in the craft beer game.
Now, if I was compared the two, the Nosh and the Seed one, the Nosh was really good, really big body, a lot more fruity, almost like a tree house. You know what I mean? You had that big body to it. The Seed was a little down ABV,
and
I think it was more
ABVs. Do you know which Seed they had on?
I don't. I think it was like a 7%, but it was like a nice, easy drinker. And it was almost like an other half. You know what I mean? Like a little thinner body, but you still got that hot profile. You still got that good ABV, and both for it. So
and other half's great with their magic and way they do it. They can put out a 10% beer and it's still like thin and smooth as shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you could drink it like it's a fucking session beer.
Like this is 5.5, man. This drink's like the regular 7 or 8 that they make,
Nice.
man. This is phenomenal, man.
Yeah, shout out the
So
other
good,
half
dude.
and the seed and Twin Elephant. Shout out to Tim, who
Yeah,
you
Twin
know, the
Elephant,
head
man.
brewer
Yeah.
at Twin Elephant. Dude, you're doing great shit. Keep up the great work. It
Yeah.
always moves well on my lines.
Well, yeah, man. I love seeing good Jersey beer, man. That's what I try to promote, man. And it's nice to see it coming around better and better, man.
And you have a beer site, right, for New Jersey, right?
Yeah, breweries in NJ.com and the Instagram breweries in New Jersey. And I always try to put up a decent, good Jersey beer. You know what I mean? And yeah, I drink a lot of IPAs, but whatever. You know, I drink lagers, stouts, and all. I throw it all.
Same here. I usually say, you know, I drink a lot. Like this is probably my first beer, like full beer in about a week or so. But usually tonight is my big night. I'll have a bunch of beers and I have a lot of double IPAs. But when we get done, I go off air here. I call it my coming in for a landing beer. I usually have, you know, some lagers because I want to put the headphones in, play a little online poker, and I still want to have a couple beers, but I don't want to be drinking 8, 9, 10% fucking beers all night. Yeah. So I got a really good, nice Peacherine Pilsner in there from Treehouse that I can't wait to get after. I'll probably do a couple double IPAs here, but yeah, I got a Peacherine Pilsner and I got an old style, a Grodziski in there. It's a Polish style beer, almost like a Rausch beer. You get a lot of roasted malts on it, very bready and biscuity, and a really good roast on it. So, and it's only made in Poland, this style, and they went over, they figured out how to do it and everything. So I'm gonna dive into that too.
I think that's Nicole. Hey, Nicole, how's it going?
Yo, what up, sis? Love you, kid. She got a birthday coming up. Nikki got a birthday coming up. Gonna be 29 again.
That's awesome.
And my younger sister got a birthday in February too. So shout out to all February babies.
Oh, that's good. So yeah, we talk craft beer and sports. Let's dive into some sports because I know some of our craft beer talk goes on for a while. You know what I mean?
Well, tonight's going to be a lot of craft beer talk because there's not a lot of sports going on. I mean, our Eagles are world champions. We know that, but so was it still 2-2 on the Four Nations face-off game?
Yeah, it's still 2-2. And man, that first game that they went Canada and U.S., that was a banger, man.
And listen, and you know why? And shout out to Canada. I'm going to tell you what. I know we got a big Canadian contingency out there, so no disrespect. But you come out and you boo our fucking national anthem, that's going to happen every fucking time. Mark it down.
Yeah.
And you saw right as they're booing, the one guy on the ice, I think it was Kachuk, he said, as soon as that puck drops, we're going. And he got 3 fights in 9 seconds. I fucking loved it. It's rejuvenating hockey. Hockey's back, baby.
The two brothers, man, back to back.
The Kachuk brothers. Cool is that? And do you remember in '96 when they played the similar tournament and to start the game, their dad, Keith Kachuk, fought Claude Lemieux and like father, like son? She said
facts.
Yeah, baby.
But yeah, man, that's history too, man. You know what I mean? Like when is that ever going to happen? Two brothers, fight the first 10 seconds, man. That was insane, dude. And luckily, we got the win. It was a great game, and I knew this game was going to be tough, dude. Like Canada was going to come back.
And don't forget, we suffered a tough loss the other night to Finland. It was a tough game, and by the way,
there's a few injuries, right?
Right. I was going to say, by the way, the U.S. team is down a few players. Some big names. I think Charlie McAvoy's out. And a couple other people, they had to call up 2 emergency call-ups. So, I'm not making any excuses. We're still hanging with them. It's 2-2, and, so fuck you, Canada. We're rocking with you. Our little brothers up north. We love you, though. We got a huge contingency in Canada. We love you guys.
Now, I don't want to be wrong or anything, but this is like somewhat leading up to the Olympics, right? This is the same U.S. team?
I don't know that. I'm not going to say. I'm not sure about that. Maybe it is.
Because that's what I've heard from a few people, and I'm not sure. That's
but my only thing with that is, and maybe it is, but then why only 4 teams? Because the Olympics is, you're talking that's like a 32 team.
But I think that's like the majority of the players in the NHL. There were enough to break it up into 4 different nations from the NHL. These are all NHL players.
I know that. I know why it's the 4 nations. I just don't know if this is a seeding type thing for the Olympics. I don't know that for fact. So I'm not going to say that. Maybe it is.
They said that the professional players are going to be able to play in the Olympics this year.
Yeah.
Well, 2026, right? Next year.
I
think it is.
No, I don't know if it has anything to do with the seeding of it. Is all I'm saying. I have no idea. I know it replaced the NHL All-Star game this year. You know, there was no NHL All-Star game.
I watched the interview with the Kachuk brothers, and they said, like, we both knew, like, playing for different teams that we would be able to play together, but we always thought, like, in the Olympics, we'd be able to play together, and this is an opportunity for us to play together. And I thought that was really cool, man.
Yeah. And shout out to the Kachucks, man. Reminds me of my two young boys. I hope they get something going like that as they get older and kind of stick together because they'll both be professional athletes, so hopefully they can play together on the same team.
Yeah, it was a touching moment. Like the younger brother's like, I look up to him, and he's like my role model. And it was like, wow, dude, that's cool.
That is, and that's mad respect, man. I love stuff like that, dude. This fucking planet needs more stuff like that. Exactly. Time for the good guys to start winning, right? And
out of all the like all-star games and such like that, this is pretty cool, man.
This is way better than an all-star game.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, listen, NBA, can I give you a shout out? Take a page out. Get rid of stupid fucking bastardized in-season tournament. That's exactly the same teams that play for nothing. All you do is paint the fucking court up. Take a page out of the NHL's book. Get this in-season tournament that's run by the fucking. I think it's run by the. I don't know the word I'm looking for. Middle Eastern type. I don't know. Emirates, whatever it is. But
Emirates.
Yeah. NBA. Listen, your sport is dive bombing. Your ratings are plummeting. Your game's a joke. You're on the way to a fucking lockout because your fucking players are getting paid more than ever and playing less than ever. That is a recipe for business disaster. Take a page out of the NHL's book, because I'll tell you what, the NHL, what they did with this, they just rejuvenated that sport. Mark my word, the ratings fly up over the next 4 or 5 years for the NHL. This was a smart move, and it worked out beautifully for them. NBA. So many people
I talked to, we're so excited about that last game, and they're waiting to watch this game tonight. You know what I mean? So it's definitely something that other team sports should look into.
And I think the fact that you had the whole tournament, it wasn't just tonight's game. I mean, I think the fact that you had what was it, total 6 games or whatever. It was cool. It's like you had almost a quasi semi all-star game, but over like a 6-game span, which is cool.
Yeah, the All-Star basketball, I didn't really watch it,
dude. I didn't watch 1 second of it, dude. I was aggressively disinterested.
Yeah, it's always been so weird.
Joke.
Like you're not even going to have your best players play. They're going to be like team captains.
Not only that, but I mean, remember back in the day when you had Larry and Michael and Magic and all, they actually played. They wanted to play to win the game. It was still a game. Everybody now is so pussyfooted. They want to hug and exchange fucking jerseys and sign each other's shoes. Man, go out. Where's competition at?
Dude, do that like on the side. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't be doing that. You're like, dude, this is a competition.
Trying to win the game.
Right.
What did Herm Edwards famously say, former Eagle? You play to win the game. Hello?
Baby.
You don't play, just play the game. Exact quote. Herm Edwards, Miracle to Meadowlands, Part 1, the safety that ran back the touchdown after Joe Pisarcik fumbled it. Miracle to Meadowlands, Part 1.
But even football, man, the NFL, man,
the football is a joke
garbage, man. Flag football, and they're like doing trivia and such.
Yeah,
man. This is football, dude.
Let them play the regular game. Look, I know they're like, I don't want to get hurt. Listen, you get hurt playing flag football too. Just don't hit hard then,
Well, I mean, it was always half decent. Now it's just trash, man.
I know. Now it's just like it's a big farce of itself.
You had like money bonuses before, and you had like an incentive, like whoever won the Pro Bowl, that was the home team for the coin flip. You had something there. Now you have nothing. This is like
that's why I like baseball too, because I feel like baseball they still do try to win the game.
Baseball still, and a home run derby, dude. I always love watching a home run derby.
I like that. I wish they'd go back to the original format though. It's getting confusing.
I don't know. I haven't minded the last couple of times.
I like it, but it's not what it used to be. It's still cool. Alec Boehm was in it last year. It's good to see him. Almost won it. I like the original format where it's just like, just get the fuck up there and swing,
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Yeah, you don't have like all the hard hitters. You have like a few people here and there. It's like, why we got them again? Like, you know what I mean? Why isn't like Schwarber up there or Brycey? You know what I mean? Like, I guess like they've done it before, so that to let other people go now. I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess I kind of vote on it. I have no clue how it works.
Well, speaking of which, baseball's here, and if anybody knows me,
Right.
everybody knows me, knows it's Eagles and football up here, and then everybody else. But right after football, I love baseball. It's the beautiful game. It's poetry in motion. It's a strategic game. It's the thinking man sport, and I'm so glad it's back.
I took down the Eagles flag and hung off the Philly flag, man.
And
it's
listen,
time to go.
You heard it here first. This is what, February 20th, 2025.
Yeah.
The Phillies are going to win the World Series this year. This team reminds me, same as this Eagles team coming off last season, where everybody's burying them, saying, "Oh, early playoff collapse." They're questioning the manager, this, that. Listen, the same thing happened to Eagles coming this year. And you know what they did? They said, we're taking it, we're using it as fuel, we're about to go shock the world, win world championship. When 2025 ends, it's going to go down as one of the best years in Philadelphia sports history because the Phillies are going to hoist the World Series championship after the Eagles just won a Super Bowl. You heard it here first. I'm calling it now. Mark it down.
You said last year it was World Series or bust, right? Last year it was World Series
again this year.
Man,
I'm saying it again this year.
Well, I'm on board this year, man.
Well, listen, Vegas
they gotta win, man.
Vegas has them one of the top 4 teams to win the World Series this year.
It's their third time in the playoffs, right? They're fourth.
Oh
my god, dude!
Fourth in the Rob Thompson era, not ever.
Yeah, man, you gotta do it, dude. You gotta.
I think they're going to. I think they're going to silence a lot of critics, like this Eagles team this year. Last year, after last season's Eagles collapse, everybody's ready to fire Nick Sirianni, get rid of Jalen Hurts. They're burying them. We started 2-2. They're like, I was one of them. I was like, they're going to give up 90 points to the Saints. And you know what? They gathered as a team, and they said, hey, listen, fuck the outside noise. Let's us all come together as one and go win the whole fucking thing. And that's what they did. And I feel like the Phillies are going to get that same kind of fucking thing going because they're hearing it. Everybody's better. All season, trade Alec Bohm, fire Rob Thompson, this, that, and the third. It's like, well, okay. This team's like, fuck them. Go win the whole fucking thing.
We're going on a Ricky Red. We're going on a Ricky Red. We're going.
20 minutes in, that's another Ricky Red pretty much there.
I think my gummy's kicking in, so it's only going to get better from here.
But yeah, I was seeing like Rubuto talking to the guys and like, yeah, man, we gotta do it this year. You know what I mean? Like they know
they get off the pot now.
Yeah, I mean, like they've been a squad for a while, and I think if they don't win it this year, things are going to change. I mean, I really thought things were going to change. After last year, I thought they would make some moves, but they really didn't. They got a little bit more pitching, and did I see they picked up a Japanese pitcher?
Yeah, I brought that up a week or two ago on our show.
I didn't remember. I just see a little bit of article about it on Facebook. He's from Yokohama Team Tigers or something like that.
Well, listen, I spelled the whole thing out here. I'm looking at my notes from these past weeks. It was what was on 2 weeks ago's episode. I had his numbers, everything. Fuck. That's why you got to watch every week, everybody. Yeah, but listen. I'll say this: the one thing I loved about this offseason, we all know as Phillies fans, we had that red hot start, best start in Phillies history. I was one of them. I said they're going to win the World Series. We all did. And they didn't. They ran into a red-hot buzzsaw Mets team, and they lost. And everybody, in the offseason, fire Rob Thompson, get rid of this person, get rid of that person. But the front office did something that totally surprised me, that I loved. The front office turned around and extended the contracts of the entire coaching staff. And without saying it, that was the front office's way of saying, hey, listen, everybody wanted to fire the coaches. They said, we're backing the coaches. You guys want the players. You want to be paid like superstars? And then when it was time to be a superstar, you didn't play like a superstar. They're saying, we're backing the coaches. This is on you, players. You want to get paid like a superstar, then when it's time to be a superstar, get the fucking job done. And I love that. And I think to a man, they called each player out without actually putting them in public and putting them on blast. That was their way of saying it. And I love that. And I think that's going to be huge motivation for this team.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take a note out of the Eagles book, right? Yeah, people were getting on Nick Sirianni and everything, and it was just like, hey, we got to put faith in this team and this coach. He's been winning.
You were one of them. You wanted to fire the guy.
In the beginning, yes. I was a little upset, dude, a couple games, and I would not be the only one that was upset.
No, a lot, and I didn't understand it then. But
hey, we all make bad decisions.
No, I hear you.
Times.
Listen, I know. Hey? I'll step up when I say shit too that I was wrong about. I'm glad they didn't.
You are a big fan of Jalen Hurts, coming in.
Listen, so. I said it last week. I called myself out. I'm not afraid to put myself out there. Hey, listen, I was not a Jalen Hurts guy early on, and he proved me wrong, and I'm glad he did.
Yeah. But I'm saying it's like, hey, you got to look at the numbers. You know what I mean? These coaches are winning coaches. Like, you cannot just toss them aside, and you don't know what you're going to get afterwards. You know what I mean? Stick with what works. You're getting to the playoffs. Just keep on trying to. I don't know. Maybe they'll figure it out. I mean, like, God, who'd have thought the Eagles would have blown out the Chiefs like they did? Like the first half, man.
Well, I'm glad to see you're back on the coach's side with Rob Thompson and Phillies, because I know you weren't for a little bit there towards the end of last year.
I was always a good fan of Rob Thompson. I never said fire Topper. There's no way I ever said that. I know Nick Sirianni with doing the whole push-tush and not kicking the ball when we should have been kicking the ball was a little odd. But, whatever. I'm a guy that goes for the points. That's it, man. If you get 3 points, get 3 points. But whatever.
Well, anyway, I think it was good. The front office, without coming out publicly calling out the players, they extended the coaching staff and said to the players, your move. It's on you now. We paid you like superstars because you wanted to be paid like superstars. So now when the time comes, step up and be a superstar. So, and I think they will. And I think it was their way of calling them out without putting them on blast and causing all kind of drama. And I think this team's going to respond really well to it.
So, did they make any moves like player wise?
I mean, it's still the minor moves. You got Max Kepler. You brought in Jordan Romano, a relief pitcher from Toronto. You basically swapped Toronto with they basically signed Hoffman, who I liked a lot. I didn't want to see him go, but we got Jordan Romano. We got a couple minor moves, but moves that I think will make a difference. That's what I'm saying. You didn't need to make any big moves. This is over the last 3 seasons. This is one of the top 3 winningest teams in all of baseball. You didn't need a major overhaul. You needed to make a couple moves, but a couple right moves. And I think that's what they did in the offseason. And you brought in Jesus Luzardo, who, by the way, is a lefty fifth starter. I mean, this guy's probably going to win you 14 games this year, and he's getting Taijuan Walker the fuck out of here.
How you feel with Rojas staying in his position?
I don't think he is. I mean, I don't think. No, I mean, I don't think he can keep.
How do you ever hear anything moving about him? Or
well, I mean, you brought in Kepler, who's an outfielder. You get Marsh. I mean, listen, maybe he does, but Rojas has come up. It's 2 years now, and he can't swing the fucking bat consistently. He's a liability at the plate. He's a great fielder. He's great defensively, and maybe he makes the team, and he's a defensive replacement in a lot of games. And I like him. He's a nice kid. But if you're going to be up here, man, you need something at the plate.
Supposedly, like he was like one of the best in the Dominican League or something like that.
I've read that, but but Dominican League ain't the major leagues.
Yeah.
Come up in the big show and show me.
How do you feel about Turner starting off in batting?
I was reading that. I think that's what they're going to do in spring training. I'm fine with it. I don't care. None of it. Listen, what did I say all Eagles season? Just win, baby. Just win. I don't care what the fuck you do. Just win, baby. Listen,
well, I mean, I'm glad that they're trying to like mix it up with not having Schwarber start off.
And I've read Schwarber's quote this morning, and he's basically the Jason Kelce. He just said, he's like, put me wherever you want. I will do wherever they want me to hit. I will go in and hit. I don't care. He's a team guy. Like, dude, put me wherever you want. I'll go in there and do my job. That's what you love to hear.
Right.
He's the Jason Kelce of the Phillies. He's the Schwabinator. He's come from the future to hit home runs. Yeah. So the gun is kicked in now, boy.
Oh, Christ. But yeah, man, I'm excited for the Phillies, man. I always love watching the Phillies. I can't wait. And especially like a day game, on the weekend, man. Yeah, please. Yes. I love it, dude. It's Saturday.
Especially with the Flyers and Sixers being the dumpster fires that they are.
So bad, dude.
I mean, at this point, and I know the Sixers lost. I knew they would. I know it sucks, but it's in a weird way. It's good. Every game the Sixers and Flyers lose from here on in this season. I don't want it to always go on.
Yeah.
But this season's a wash. You might as well get the best possible draft pick you can. It sucks, but that's business.
Yeah, I got a friend that's a Celtics fan. He's a Pittsburgh guy. My buddy told him
Pittsburgh guy that's a Celtics fan. Wow.
Who's
his football team? The Cowboys?
he's all Pittsburgh Steelers, Penguins, Pirates, but Pittsburgh doesn't have a basketball team. So I said, why are you Cleveland, Cavaliers? I mean, that's closer than Boston, right? But he's like, I was always Boston. I was like, all right,
cool.
I can't really knock it. All right, I get it.
You're right, DeeTer. The Pittsburgh does not have a basketball team, so that's one of them times it's like, guess what? You get to pick whoever you want.
Yeah. So, but he always gives me shit, man. Always, never, ever is there a time when the Sixers and Celtics, you just.
Unfortunately, at this time period in Sixers and Celtics, we can't hold a candle to that organization. Maybe someday we will, but not right now. Real quick, just because we're still in sports a little bit. I just want to bring up. I know Kellen Moore left. Our offense coordinator became the head coach of the Saints, and he took Doug Nussmeier with him.
I was going to jump on that. Yeah,
but Eagles did hire Kevin Patullo, who's been with the organization since Nick got here as the new offense coordinator, and
he was an assistant, right?
He was the passing game. He was the passing game coordinator.
Okay,
and he's been here since Nick got here, and he's with Nick in Indianapolis too. I love the move. AJ Brown loves the move.
I like it too, man.
Yeah, listen,
and I remember last week you guys said that you wanted Frank Wright or Doug Peter, I said I would like to have a younger guy because I feel like Hurts. I would like to see what he could do, man. I really don't want somebody coming in and trying to lead him because, Christ, he's been in the Super Bowl twice. You know what I mean? He won the Super Bowl. Let the guy go, man.
So let him. I know what you're saying, and that's fine. I did say I wanted Frank Reich, and
Did Frank Wright win it twice? Was he get the Super Bowl twice? No, he went to the Super Bowl once, right?
He won one, just like Jalen won one.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. I'll give you that.
All right. Well, thank you. And he did it with a backup quarterback, by the way. And they beat.
You're going to pay that guy
Patriots and scored.
You're going to pay that guy that's a head coach, offense coordinator money. He's going to want a lot of money, dude. It doesn't make any sense.
Wait a minute. When it comes it doesn't matter what you pay coordinators. There's no salary cap. Give them $800 million. I don't care. None of that matters. These aren't players. There's no salary cap on coaches.
All right.
Why do you think the Eagles have some of the best coaching staff always? Because they pay their court. There's no salary cap.
All right.
Nick Fangio's paid like a head coach. You kidding me? So is Kellen Moore.
Yeah, Fangio.
They don't care about that on the coaching
awesome pick, dude. I love Fangio as a defense coordinator.
Here's what I'm saying.
I did with Frank right back. That's all, man.
I like the Kevin Patullo hire. Listen, he's been with Nick for the last 5 years. I love it. Yes, I did want Frank Reich, and I wouldn't have been disappointed if they got him. Kevin Patullo, I think he's going to do a good job too. I think it was a win-win. Whoever you brought in, don't forget, Nick Sirianni and Kevin Patullo were under Frank Reich at one point. Nick,
right.
Frank Reich's the reason why Nick Sirianni got the job here.
Right.
Let's not forget that. And also, I want to say they hired what's his name? Frazier Parks to replace Patullo's position, the passing game coordinator.
Who's he?
And the weird part is when Parks Frazier now got married a few years ago, you know who officiated his wedding? Like got married them?
No.
Frank Reich. Yeah, I guess he's an ordained minister too. Yeah, I know. I read the article today. I'm like, what?
It's crazy.
Anywho, I digress.
This is a show, man. We go back and forth, guys. If you're doing this show, this is
It's
it,
like
man.
me and you hanging out in the garage. We're
man.
two good buds just hanging out, talking shit, man. I love it. I saw a comment. I couldn't see what it was.
It was Greg just laughing. Yeah, he just.
Dude, sometimes I love the shows where it's just me and you. We're just fucking getting drunk, just talking shit, dude. The
man.
gummies fucking kicking. You see two friends hanging out. This is real Philly passion. You don't get this on the radio or TV, where there's a producer in their ear saying, don't say that, or, don't talk about that.
I like the hire, man. I like to move up. I thought it was good.
Anti-Kevin Patullo. I like it. Yes, I did want Frank Reich in here, but I like Kevin Patullo a lot. He had a lot to do with what the offense did this year.
I think we saw a different Hurts this year. I think that we. Oh man, I don't know. I think Hurts really stepped up into that leadership role. Is what I want to say. He could have been like, "Hey,"
has been a leader since day one, though. I'm not going to say that anything had to do with Kellen Moore with that, because that kid since day one's been a leader. He was a leader when he was in college. Yeah. I mean, that's his MO.
Right. Yeah. But like to have Barkley come in and Hurts was like, hey man, let him run, man. Let him run. And that's just
it was actually Lane Johnson that went in and did that. It wasn't Hurts. It was 2-2 after the bye week, week 5. Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata went into Nick's office and said, hey, listen, we're 2-2. Shit's getting really bad. Right now, our strength is our offensive line, which is dominant, and we have an all-time running back. Let's start running the ball. If you notice from week 4 on, they went from running the ball 43% of the time in those first 4 games to running the ball almost 65% of the time. That was the difference. That was Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata, that went in and got on him about that.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Remember, it was a big story, and it turned the whole the whole season around.
But that's just like hard-nosed football, man. Run the ball.
I love it.
Don't turn it over. Make good passes and have an awesome defense, man. To have a 4 defensive line beat a 5 offensive line. Wow, dude. Like that's just like our guys are going to beat your guys.
I don't think we blitzed one time in the Super Bowl. Did you see JJ Watt's comment about that? Who I respect a ton. JJ Watt, one of the all-time best pass rushing DNs ever. He said, when you can get to the quarterback all night without a single blitz and just rushing your front 4, there's almost it's sheer dominance. I mean, because what do? You saw it. Who do you throw to? Everybody's covered because nobody's blitzing.
Yeah, it's amazing, dude. That's like that's a good defensive line right there, man.
Yeah, and it's an amazing defensive line. Unfortunately, they're probably going to lose. I want to move a little to free agency. They're probably going to lose Josh Sweat and Milton Williams. And listen, I love them guys. They earned huge paydays for the Super Bowl they had. Josh Sweat had one of the most monster games ever for a DN in a Super Bowl, and Milton Williams too. And they're both going to get paid really well. And I wish them well. We can't overpay them here. We're probably going to lose them, but you have Moro Ajomo, the 7th-round pick you took out of Texas last year, who I think is going to slide into the Milton Williams role. And let's not forget, you still have Jalix Hunt and Nolan Smith, who are 2 young stud pass rushers in this league.
But it wasn't Sweat. He said he wasn't sure. He'd be happy playing with Philly, or he'd be happy going back to Detroit or something like that.
Well, he didn't come from Detroit. Philly drafted. Oh, you're talking about Darius Slay. I'm talking about Sweat.
Oh, it was Sweat. Okay.
Yeah, I think Slay's gone, and that's fine. Listen, that's fine. Slay, thank you. You helped us win a Super Bowl. He's what, a 34, 35-year-old cornerback right now. Yeah, I think if you release him, you're going to open up $4 or $5 million in cap space. And not only that, I like you, Slay. You help us win Super Bowl. I'll never forget the time you talk shit on your own buddy on the team and throw him under the bus on the Dallas podcast, smile to his face and talk shit on him behind his back and stab him. I don't forget that. I'm glad you're leaving, and thanks for the little bit you helped us with, but get the fuck out of here, dude. You're a fucking rat.
Christ,
you smile to your boy's face and you talk shit on him on a fucking Dallas podcast. Listen. Bye, dude. Bye. Zero respect for that shit.
So,
anywho, I digress.
So how many players do you think we're going to lose
listen,
in the offseason?
The great Bill Belichick said it. Every year, and this guy won 6 Super Bowl titles, or actually 8 if you lose time as defense coordinator with Giants. Every year you want to turn over probably at least 25% of your roster, because that's honestly, in a sense, it kind of keeps your team hungry. Guys start getting comfortable, and it just – so you're probably going to lose Sweat. You're probably going to lose Milton Williams. Maybe Becton. I think they're going to bring Bond back. I really hope they do. Yeah, you're going to lose some guys. Slay's gone, which is good. I couldn't wait to see him out of here. The snake that he is speaks with a forked tongue. So yeah, you're going to lose a decent amount of players, but you're also going to have a big draft, and you're probably going to bring in, some lower level free agents.
And Howie's been doing awesome.
Everybody's a Hall of Fame GM, dude.
That's what everybody's saying, dude. Everybody's saying that, and it's so crazy. You know what I mean? Before, we won that first Super Bowl, people were on the fence about him. You know what I mean? Some of the moves he was making here and there.
Yeah,
and then
good point.
Now everybody's like, "Oh my God, we love him." Do you
remember when Chip Kelly came here? And in Chip's second year, he banished Hallie to the broom
put him in the closet,
and he was non-existent. And I think that was the motivation that totally turned him around, because then they fired Chip and Howie came back with a vengeance. He was a whole different general manager. It was almost like, dude, okay, I see the light. He used it as a stepping stone. And since then, man, he's been one of the top executives in the NFL ever since. You're talking about 10, 11 years now. So God bless you, kid. Keep up the great work.
You bring up Chip Kelly, right? That's crazy. Did he play pretty good college, offense coordinator at College Bowl for some team? I think was it UCLA?
College Bowl?
Yeah, well, right. Well, was he offense?
He was at Ohio State, man. What is College Bowl?
No, just last year. Last year he was offense coordinator for UCLA or something like that.
He was that head coach for UCLA a few years ago. Last year was the offense coordinator at Ohio State.
Oh shit!
They won the national title. Now he's the offense coordinator with the Raiders.
Right, that's why I thought he was getting bring up to NFL.
Fuck him, dude. He's a scumbag. I'm glad he's going. He's got fucking Napoleon syndrome. He came here and treated everybody like shit.
Well, dude, he had that mentality of being a college coach and this is how things had to be done and this and that. If you weren't
don't work on grown men.
Right, exactly, man. If you weren't under his thumb, he was like, "Yeah, all right, we don't need you." But you don't do that. I said, dude.
I know we weren't doing the podcast with them. You could talk to Drew or all the people I work with. The day they hired him, I said, "This is a fucking huge mistake. Get this guy the fuck out of here." Then he came in. He did really well, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, he's revolutionary." I said, "Watch," and then he was. And then eventually, the owner had to step in. He's like, "This guy's such a fucking prick. I got to get him the fuck out of here." He fired him before the season was over. That only time Jeff Lurie ever did that.
But hey man, he's back in the he's back in the NFL though. Yeah. That's what I was getting at. I was like, God damn, dude.
And that's fine. And listen, that'll be short lived. In 3 years, he'll be gone too. Because he'll be thinking he can treat grown men like he does college kids. And it's fuck out of here again. College coaches often don't parlay to the pros. Sometimes it does. More times than not, it does not. You know what I mean? It's one thing to be able to, to be the leader of men, in junior high. You know what I mean? When you get to the fucking high school, it's a whole different story, man. These are grown-ass men making a living, taking care of families. You know what I mean? And Chip Kelly's a fucking Napoleonic fucking...
Yeah, you make a good point there. It was a strange coaching time, man. He had. Let's see. Well, anything else about the Eagles we got to go about, or
No, I mean, like I said, I think free agency starts on March 12th, and I think the legal tampering period starts on March 10th.
Draft wise, what do you be looking for? What position would you go
right
for?
Now, DeeTer, honestly, it's kind of you're at best player available. I think we've earned the place where we're like, okay, I don't think they're going to pick in their first round. I think pick 32, last pick in the first round. I think they're going to trade out of it. Maybe not. Okay. But I think, and maybe you can acquire a couple extra second round picks, and
Now, do you feel like maybe like free agents would want to come to this team because
every free agent wants to come to this team? Yeah, they just won the
Super
Bowl, and Philadelphia has always been an attractive spot for free agents. I mean, you see it with the guys we've brought in. AJ Brown, he was a trade, but I don't think there's a lot of free agents coming in. I think you just won a Super Bowl in dominant fashion. Don't tinker with a good thing, and I don't think they will. I think a lot of this team is set for the next 3 to 5 to 7 years. You'll make some smaller moves. You'll draft and do this and the other.
Right.
But I don't think any major moves, and nor should it. Listen, I think the Eagles win 3 of the next 7 Super Bowls. I think this team this team just got ranked in the last since 2000, the number 1 Super Bowl team in the last 25 years. It's that dominant, and they're good, and they're young, and they're signed. Listen, I know people don't want to hear. They're like, "Oh, I'm so nervous and scared of jinxes, OCD, fucking ADD, whatever you want to call it." Listen, you're watching the beginning of a dynasty. The first Philadelphia dynasty has begun.
You're
about to see 4 Super Bowls in 8 years.
I love the name Dynasty Killer. I thought that was a good name, dude.
Well,
that's what we
and Greg, I know you're watching, and Marley Bond, and anybody watch the last 2 weeks for the Super Bowl. I said 2 things. 2 things I said all week. All those 2 weeks, I said 2 things. Kansas City is not ready for what's about to hit them. And they were. Yeah. They were like deer in headlights, man. We punched our fucking lights out. And the second was, I said Kansas City's dynasty ends on Sunday, and ours begins.
We had more points than they had yards in the first half,
dude,
right? I mean, like we destroyed.
It was 40-22, and it wasn't even that close. There were 2 garbage touchdowns when we had our 3rd and 4th stringers in. That's a 40-6 game, and that was a dynasty. We just did that too. Listen, anybody watching, Philly fans, you're watching the beginning of the dynasty. Get ready and enjoy it because it might never happen again. We are in golden times.
How good was putting Kenny Pickett in the last quarter,
gosh.
dude?
Dude, so DeeTer, awesome. You know when it hit me, dude? you know when the moment was where I knew we were going to win? I was sitting there with my boys, and when Cooper DeJean intercepted that pass and looked at their house,
that's it,
I kind of looked over. Me and Lukey kind of shrugged shoulders. I'm like, whoa.
Dude,
what is it?
17. He said, oh, wait a minute. That's your sister. How many times did Malone? I don't know.
I can't read that. It's too...
I put up Greg. You're 100 right about that, Rick. Yeah,
nice, good.
But yeah, I was the same way, dude.
I can't even see it.
I something about Mahomes. I don't know. How many times did Mahomes take? How many times did Mahomes?
I can't see that,
know, dude. But anyway, yeah. Once Cooper took that pick 6, man, I was like, that's it, man. That is it.
I know. I look over at Lukey and we kind of shrug shoulders. I'm like, whoa, we're getting ready to watch history right here.
Yeah, man. That was amazing.
Shout out to Lukey and Dalton.
There you go.
My best friends ever. Yeah, that was, I'll remember that Super Bowl forever. More not just for as great as it was and as dominant as it was. Like I said, the moments hanging out with my boys, hugging, high-fiving, cheering, going crazy. That's the moments I'll remember the most about that Super Bowl.
Yeah, this one, I got to spend with my family, my nephew, my brother, his family.
That's what it's all about.
The first Super Bowl, I was with more friends and such like that, and it was like, dude, the first one, I was like, oh my God, I was just so emotionally overwhelmed.
Oh, you're talking about 2017?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, me too, man. I agree, brother.
This one, I was just like, yeah, man, we deserve this.
Yeah.
We deserve this. After
this was Rocky 2.
Yeah.
Rocky 1, when we played Kansas City 2 years ago. Remember in Rocky 1, right the night before the fight, he's laying there with Adrian. He says to her, he's like, look, I can't beat him. I can't. He's like, but if I go to distance with this guy,
Right.
I
There
know
you
I'm
go.
not just some fucking bum from the neighborhood. And you know what? And the
Yeah.
Eagles did. They went to, dude, people forget that was a 38-35. That was a fist fight in the phone booth.
3-point game.
And
Dude.
Kansas City barely snuck out of there, right?
Right.
So 2 years later, it was Rocky 2. And it was Rocky 2. And,
Yeah.
Kansas City's like,
Lights
they were
out,
like Apollo.
dude.
They're like, I know I
Lights
won,
out.
but I didn't beat him. And Andy Reid was Tony when he goes up to Apollo. He's like, and Apollo's like, do you think I beat him? And Tony walks up. He's like, listen, I watched you beat that man like I never seen no other man get beat before. And he just kept coming after you. That's what the Eagles. We don't need a man like that in life, baby. Let it go. Well, that was the Eagles this year. They were Rocky too. Rocky's like, I ain't going down no more. No more.
I was hoping for such a good speech at that parade, man. And it was cool. It was a cool parade.
You'll never top the Kelsey speech. Ever.
You never. I know.
Never.
And they're all singing and such. I was like, that's cool.
Right. And I liked it. It was cool. It was drunken, meandering, like we all do.
I don't know what the mayor was talking about. The mayor talking. Oh, my God, dude. That was just like way too much, dude.
Yeah.
She just kept on going on. People were telling her to get off the stage.
I know.
It was brutal, man.
Couldn't even spell Eagles correctly, dude.
Yeah, it was brutal. I just wanted to see the guys, say something. I was hoping for like Lane Johnson or Mailata, give a good speech. But yeah, it is what it is, man.
Well, DeeTer, listen. You're about to see 3 more of them over the next 6 years. So get ready. Listen, it's begun. It's begun. Everybody savor this. Savor it. Because you might never see it again. Maybe you do. But you're witnessing the beginning of the first dynasty in Philly sports ever. And you're talking 150 years.
One thing about the Eagles, I just don't feel like we're that type of people to be like, oh, man, back to back. We're going nah, man.
They are.
Play the game.
They are, though. They are. DeeTer.
I don't want to jinx it, man.
I know. It's not. See, that's what I'm talking. I'm not OCD. Don't jinx. Listen, I know dominance. Even if this wasn't the Eagles team, I know football. This team's really fucking great. Not just good.
I'm going to tell you what, man. I could not stand it. I couldn't stand it. Hearing the Chiefs say three-peat,
well,
all that crap,
dude. That's what I said all week.
Like,
no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's only three-peat you were getting. Because I watched them do the Pro Bowl glide, smelling himself like, oh, we're going to three-peat. No, you're not. The Eagles were like that lion sitting in the grass just watching, like, I'm about to take this fucking gazelle down. Yeah, keep prancing around, gazelle. Yeah. I'm about to fucking take your ass down.
Yeah, I'm about one to say, hey, man, we're going back to back. I know this team is young.
They are.
And I know it's talent.
They're going back to back.
Dude, I have so much more respect for Hurts, man, after seeing him talk to his players.
And I'm glad I was wrong about him. And I'll be the first to step up and say that I was wrong about him. Now, Sirianni, I wasn't, but Hurts, I was. And Jalen, thank you for proving me wrong. I have no problem saying I was wrong about it. Keep up the – he's the Michael Jordan in the NFL right now. Get ready. How many titles did Jordan win?
Sirianni's more – Sirianni's more.
He's going to get 4 when all said and done.
Sirianni walking out the Super Bowl like, I can't hear you now, Chiefs.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What coach says that, dude? What coach?
Oh, dude. DeeTer, what I say all year, Nicky Sirianni's one of us. He's the guy that 2 years ago, he lives in Haddonfield. He was on a tennis court, and the dude, he was out there in a giant scare, and he started a fight with him. As soon as I heard that, I'm like, this guy's one of us. He's one of us, dude. He's next to the fucking keg stands in college.
Too much, man. It's too much.
That's my
crazy,
cat, dude. He's my dude. I've never equated to somebody as much in this city and as a coach or a player, but not identified as much as Nick Sirianni, dude. That dude is one of us, dude.
He's all in, man.
That's my spirit animal, dude.
Yeah. I have to give that to you, Ricky. Yeah, and
you going on beer number 2 yet, big cat?
I'm doing another other half. I brought a bottle, but I forgot the bottle opener. I was like, well, I'll just drink another half. It's one of those type of days, you know what I mean?
Hey, listen, that's what makes life worth living. Shit like that, dude. So what are you gonna do? What's your backup plan?
Hey, it was good the first time. Why not another?
Fucking ain't right, sir. I'm gonna go to the beer fridge. Hey,
While you do that, let's
too.
I can do the promotions while you do that.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me do that. Let's see. Oh God, where the hell are they? I know they're around here somewhere.
Real quick before you do it, while we're send a shout out to my good friends Rich and Ling at Schwartz and Associates. Accounting, best in the business, and it's not even close. If you have a small business, they're the best out there. Trust me, I know you're thinking, oh, they're just your friends. They are my friends, but they are fucking so good at what they do. Check them out, Schwartz and Associates.
Nice. So we got a W energy drink.
I love
promo
it.
code Big Game. Hit that QR code, and then we have a Puff Sip Chat. Big Game QR code there, and also hit that like and subscribe button.
Like, subscribe, and share, please, guys. It helps our algorithm. Please help us out. We're just young kids that are only 65 trying to make our way, in the Instagram generation, the intranet.
Oh yeah, man. We appreciate everybody watching out there, and commenting and such.
I'm going with beer number 2. I'm going to make the trek over the beer fridge.
There you go. Let's see.
Oh boy, that seems like a long walk when you had a fucking shroom trailer.
What's in that fridge?
What's in your fridge? Little tree house. Makes your mother have violins.
There it is. Oh shit. Hey, look at that tree house. Wow. I don't know. What's in your fridge?
Deliver a bunch of great beers.
What's in your fridge?
All right, I'm gonna let you make the call, DeeTer. Fidens or fucking treehouse? It's all treehouse. I got like 2 Fidens.
Go to treehouse. If you got a lot of treehouse, why not? You know what I mean? Save the Fidens for another day.
Well,
G.I. Joe.
All right.
Right? Or
I think this is a fucking Nelson hop beer. This is that. You know how they talk about Eggers Special? It's that Eggers Hop Farm, I think, in Australia.
No, I do not.
Oh, well,
Eggers Hop Farm? Is that what you said?
Here.
Eggers Special. Okay. I never heard of it. No.
So I think Eggers is a hop farm in New Zealand. I think, listen, anybody watch, don't quote me. My gummy has kicked in fucking hardcore right now, and I have no idea if what I'm saying is true. I think it's a hop farm in New Zealand that specializes in New Zealand hops. I don't know why they specialize in any other country's hops, but I want to say like Nelson especially, because the ones I've had in the past with Edgar Special were at Nelson Heavy. So now I'm smelling this. It's fucking Nelson Heavy like a motherfucker, yo.
There you go. Well, Australia does a lot of good hops, man. New Zealand hops.
New Zealand, probably.
New Zealand, yeah. That's another tangerine looking beer, man. But that treehouse, that's their adorable color. I think.
Boy, right? The nose on this beer is fucking. Let me tell you what. Are you listening? Tell me, woman, this is the way I talk. Damn, that beer smells good. Good Lord.
So this is what happens when we don't have our own guests. We usually get pretty tuned up and talk a lot about
me and DeeTer have been like one of my best friends since we're fucking knee high on a tall dog. So this is what we do. This is what it would be like to hang out with us. It's kind of shit we talk. You know what I mean? So
if we had a good Sixers team or a good Flyers team, we'd be all about it.
What is going on over there? What is going on? Listen, let me direct it to Flyers Town.
Yeah, we haven't.
I know I say it every week. Why does John Tortorella still have a job?
I don't know, man. And he's like one of the coaches on the.
He's an assistant coach on the team. Yeah, I know.
Hey, man.
Listen, he's the second winningest American head coach of all time. I'm not downing his resume. He just ain't right for this team. Get him the fuck out of here before he chases Matvey Michkov out of town. Just get him the fuck out of here.
God damn it, dude. You're not wrong, man. You know what I mean? Like, but we beat the Penguins on Saturday. Was the last game?
This beer is fucking next level on the nose, kid. I didn't taste it yet, but my God, that's just fucking pungent, dude.
So we got the Oilers up next.
Well, unfortunately, Dieter, the Flyers, like the Sixers, this season alone, they're better off losing games.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say. I know people don't like to hear that, but this is cold, hard facts. And it's the right thing to do. Because you need a higher draft pick. This team's struggling. You got to get this fucking coach fired or the fuck out of here. And if losing games does that, then just fucking do it. This team quit on them last year. Everybody knows it. You ever quit a job and be like, I want to go back there? You're never going to get your team back, John. You mind fucked them and they quit on your ass. You got to go, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if the higher ups see it that way. But,
because Danny Braire's got no fucking marbles, dude. Just like when he's a player. A big finesse guy, just a pussy, dude. It just same piss poor Flyers front office moves and lack thereof. And that's the reason they haven't won a cup in 50 years. Guys, come on. Why do I see it and the guys paid to see it don't? Pay me to do their job.
Well, any good beers coming on the tap soon? I haven't seen it in a while, man. I have to get up to the hob.
Yeah. I got a root and branch on now. I got 3 waiting in the wings. I got 5 Trillium on right now. I just tapped a heavy reel, a double dry hop Sun Goddess, which is fantastic. Double dry hop Fuego just came on. That following that's going to be Powder Days. We all know how good Powder Days is.
Yeah, Powder Days awesome.
Just put on a new a cream ale from Axe and Arrow, local South Jersey brewery, strawberry shortcake, which, if you're in that style.
No, I heard something that they were getting new owners or something, Axe and Arrow or not.
Yeah, I think they already did. A new head brewer. I think the head brewer left and went to the Swedesboro Brewing, the one that's in Collingswood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I heard something was changing with
I think they got a new head brewer.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, me and your bet for picks on the NFL, it's the season's over. Who won?
Oh, I beat you in the season. I know that.
By 1 game, maybe.
I don't know.
We'll bring it up then.
Oh, God, all right. Let me
You should bring it right up and show the world. I think you won by 1 game.
God damn it.
So, if anybody watched our show all year, me and DeeTer made a bet in the beginning of the year. We picked football games all year, and whoever didn't have the best record had to pay the tab on a night out for beer. So I think I lost by 1 game. DeeTer's checking it out.
Yeah.
So that's got to happen within the next few weeks or so. We should probably do it when March Madness starts so we can watch a bunch of fucking March Madness games. There ain't no other sports going on right now.
So I don't know if you can see it. This is the total of the season. I got 36 here. You got 33. There's like whole numbers here off of like gas and like the college and then other stuff.
You cheated, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I cheated.
Definitely.
But the season wise,
you cheated, dude. It's okay. I don't mind paying the tab.
No. We ain't going to do that. You know,
I'm just fucking around, dude.
We ain't going to even pay the tab.
Dude, I'm just playing. There's just a reason for us to go out and get fucking beers, dude. I don't mind paying.
We'll go out and
minded paying the tab, dude.
But dude, that is fun. I like doing it, man. We're going to do it next year again.
We should go out and do this bet payoff when March Madness starts. That way we got. And by the way, if you want to get in the pool, I get for all the March Madness games.
Yeah, I think I should, man. I don't really watch too much March Madness.
And I don't watch any until late February.
Yeah, and like a lot of my friends, man, have been saying like they don't even watch the NBA too much. They watch
the NBA dying product. They got to fucking figure something out.
NWA, the women's league, has been doing better than the men's basketball because it
NWA,
seems like
good rap group out of Los Angeles.
and what WBA, right, or something? I don't know. One of them.
NBA, sir. Jesus Christ, DeeTer.
Guys, I started.
God bless your heart, kid.
Guys, I knew this was going to happen. I was like, oh man, not too much sports to talk about.
So what? These are the best shows, though. These are the best shows. We got no guests. There was nothing to talk about, so we got drunk and talked shit. That's
I will say, man,
the best nights.
This season in football, we had some awesome guests, and I want to thank them all, man.
Our best season yet. The 3 years,
awesome,
was it 3 years we've been doing this podcast?
Yeah, we've been doing it 3 years.
This is the best season yet, and next year's going to get even better. Beginning in Eagles Dynasty. You're kidding me? The next 7 to 8, 9 years of the show is going to be fucking monumental.
Well, here's the thing, man. Since we've been starting this podcast, the Eagles went to the Super Bowl twice and won.
And won.
Like, that's insane, dude.
And the Phillies went to a World Series while we did it, and have been since we started the Phillies. Since we started each year we've been on, the Phillies have gotten into the playoffs. You're like, well, that's not a big deal. It is because before we started, there was 10 straight years the Phillies didn't even get in the playoffs. So our podcast is good luck for Philly sports, and God proved it. So we got to keep doing it for the next 50 years for the public.
Yep. Nicole says,
"You're welcome, public." What was that? I didn't see it.
Nicole said, Well, we're right. We're right. You
Listen, if I was ever wrong, it would be the first time, and everybody knows it.
All right, man. We hit that hour mark, and anybody that enjoyed the show, please come back next Thursday at 10 p.m. BGSE Network.
Real quick, too, because I tell him every time I see him, because he always breaks my balls. I tell my good friend Mike Rozier, Heisman Trophy winner at Nebraska in '83, NFL player with the Falcons and Oilers, USFL. I tell him I give him a shout out every week. He's like, "No, you don't, Rick. You stupid." Yep. Mike, here's your shout out, big kid.
He does.
Love you, kid. Get your ass on the fucking show once in a while, dude.
Other show that goes on tonight is Big Game Sports Buzz. It's Stoggs and Big Game James.
Shout out to Big Game James and Stoggs, man. Great people.
Next Wednesday, this Wednesday, I'm gonna try to get on Stoggs show. The Buff Nerd, talk some video games, some TV shows, movies, some nerd stuff. You know what I mean?
How's your wrestling been and your soccer?
Wrestling, WWE, AEW, man. I love that stuff, dude. So it's going to be a fun show. Check it out.
That's awesome.
All right, man. Cheers out there. Thanks for watching. Check us out next Thursday.
Much love, y'all.
Take care. Shit.